Deontay Wilder!
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. All the guys want, I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter. I sacrificed a lot
Dazn Productions
to get to where I got to.
What do you bring to the table?
Let's get this on. Let's do it.
Well, it's like this. Wait. All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot. ThaBoxingvoice.com to get to where I got to. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Good morning, TBV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It is Friday. Thank God it's Friday, and I don't know if we have some good news or some bad news. I don't know if Bob is steering us in the right direction, or is he pulling the wool completely over our eyes. And what I'm talking about is none other than today's topic, subject, is Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury really happening? It's exactly 10 weeks from February 22nd. Are they going to have enough time? I mean, Wilder's in Italy as we speak. Is there enough time for this February date? No official announcement, no press conference tour, nothing. But Bob Arum did come out with IFL and put out some energy into the air, should I say. And we're going to dissect that audio and see what exactly does it mean, if anything. Is it just more shucking and diving, keeping us waiting? Clock is ticking. 10 weeks for a super fight? No promotion, no pre-fight hype, just straight 10-week training camp? Is this enough? Are they shooting themselves in the foot yet again? This is what we're talking about right here this morning. If you're interested, you already know the number to call, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. Let's go.
Get over here!
Mike in Indiana, what it do, Gross the boss? It's going down 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, 6 a.m. West Coast Pacific Standard Time, and don't forget 2 o'clock UK time. At 2:30, we should have a guest, and maybe even at 9:15. All depends. You know, it's show business.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss. 2 to stand over. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yo. Good morning. And shout out to everybody out there in the TBV universe. Back with another one. Yeah, man, we got a heavyweight super fight going on, right? I ain't really seen no promotion for it. Ain't seen nobody talking about it. Ain't seen no billboards for it. Like they said, 10 weeks, man. 10 weeks. And we got to have something. Need some kind of press tour, some kind of announcement. I thought, in my personal opinion, this weekend would have been a perfect time to do it with seeing that the Heisman Trophy ceremony after the fight, things like that. You know what I'm saying? You could really use some of that media attention this weekend. But maybe next week, you know what I'm saying? Maybe next week or the week after that. But we'll see, and we'll talk about it, and we'll break it down. What's going on, Ness?
Good morning, man. Let's jump right into it. Let's get out to the audio and dissect it.
Well, it's going to be like everything else with Tyson Fury and also Deontay.
Everything's going to be spectacular. This is not going to be announcements like the normal type announcements. This is going to be really like a circus. I mean, this.
Now, what exactly does he mean by that? This is not going to be your normal announcements like other announcements. This is going to be a circus. This is going to be huge, just like everything with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. What the hell does he mean? It's the end of the year, and like I said, it's exactly 10 weeks out. Do we have this time? Do we have the luxury to play with the fight fans, dangling whether or not this fight will take place? I think that imagery throughout these fights that were taking place, maybe some sort of graphic imagery for Fox to show that Fury and Wilder is next after he beat Luis Ortiz. Maybe some sort of graphic imagery to put throughout social media, just making the fans aware and secure that this fight is going to happen. What about travel arrangements? But Mike, any take so far where we're at, him calling it a circus?
I mean, hopefully it does get that kind of attention, but I just don't know, man. Like, it's only 10 weeks away, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much promotion can you do? Are you gonna just bombard the people with endless, you know what I'm saying, things every day? So I don't know, man. Like, I wanted this fight to be as successful as possible, but if they're not gonna put like the adequate promotion into it, yeah, I don't know if the circus is like the right term for it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like Disney on Ice or something.
Now, I'll be honest, as a boxing fan, circus for me, I believe it was Mayweather-Pacquiao where he literally came out with clowns and jesters and everything. And yeah, that fight, whether it was Mayweather-Pacquiao or Pacquiao-McGregor, but we all remember Mayweather coming out with an entire circus walking through the crowd. I mean, but that was on fight night, and I don't think that did anything for me. I'm pretty sure I remember joking, saying it was worthless. But I don't think that Bob Arum is talking literal, or do you? But before we go back to the tape, the quote is that Bob Arum has reiterated that the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury rematch is set in stone for February 22nd in Las Vegas. He also teased that the forthcoming announcement will be a spectacular, like a circus, and very different to the average fight announcement. Credit IFL, Coogan Cassius, for the great interview. Mike, what do you think he means very different to the average fight announcement?
Honestly, I don't know, because we had Shelly on the show and he was just like, it's gonna be like a digital platform. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna be that big city press tour. So I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? To be like completely honest, like I've been like pondering, but honestly, it could be a surprise. You know what I'm saying? It could be a circus themed press conference. Who knows? I'm just trying to think outside the box, but honestly, I have no idea what Bob Arum's have planned, or PPC. But hopefully, with those two networks coming together, having the cachet and the reach that they have, it can be something epic where we talk about it for months or even years to come.
Just pay attention to the audio, because his audio is very contradicting, but we'll continue with the tape.
Promotion is going to be, I think, one of the greatest promotions, if not the greatest, in the history of boxing.
Now, that is a bold statement. The greatest promotion in the history of boxing. Do you think that's even possible?
Anything is possible, you know what I'm saying? Just the fact, or are they going to put the adequate resources behind it to do it? You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say it. It's much harder and much more expensive to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, when we had Bob on the show, he made it seem like press conferences and the way to promote fights in yesteryear are just that, a thing of the past. He said, we're not going to spend all that money on that. We've done the analytics. We know what works, and we're going to do a digital press conference. So I don't know how a digital press conference could be the most promoted fight in all boxing history, but I'll be waiting anxiously to see. Back to the tape, unless you want to add something.
Yeah, I don't know how a digital platform does that. You know what I'm saying? How it can be the biggest or most high press conference of all time. So we'll see, man. But Bob, I'm just of the mindset, man. Like, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying? We knew about the fight months ago. You know what I'm saying? We knew about if Wilder and Fury came through their test, and they'll be fighting in February. So why is there like such a long time?
A holdup. It's a holdup. And you know what's the problem, Mike? Hardcores knew. We knew if they came through their fights. But does the casual fan know?
They knew on ESPN every time they talked about Fury. Oh, you know, you got that fight with Wilder in February 22nd, February 23rd. We know that's the fight we all want to see. Like, they knew. But they just ain't did nothing on either network. ESPN, I can't say they ain't did nothing because they have been running Fury replays and Wilder replays nonstop. So yeah, but I don't know, man. I just expected more from a fight this big.
Agreed. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We are discussing Bob Arum's interview with IFL TV, where he hints at Wilder Fury being 100% definite for February 22nd and saying that the promotion is going to be the greatest promotion in boxing history, circus-like.
So a lot of stuff is being planned. When the announcement will be, it'll be special, how it's going to be done, where it's going to be done. I'm not going to reveal it because they'll slit my throat if I do.
Who do you think is going to slit his throat? Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder because they want to make the announcement? Fox and ESPN because they're in control? Who's going to metaphorically slit his throat if he lets the cat out the bag?
I'm not gonna lie, man. First thing I thought about it when I heard that audio was like some 1960s like mob or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bob strikes me as a guy who probably knew some mob members back in his day. But no, man, I just think the network, maybe the broadcaster, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, those kind of people. Man, I'm not sure. I think Bob was just, you know what I'm saying, joking. I know he wasn't literal, but I don't think they even would say anything to Bob if Bob was to let something slip. But probably like the network or like the executives at the network, maybe. But they might have something extravagant planned to where they don't want Bob to say anything.
Supermex with the super chat says, Bob told you it was going to be digital around Christmas.
He did.
That he did.
So did Shelly too, though. Shelly said we did our numbers and we seen that a multi-city press tour is not really the best thing for us to do. We seen that a digital platform will be a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And we were just like, why? You know what I'm saying? Because I believe we brought up the Canelo and Floyd, you know what I'm saying, as a barometer. Because I think you said they did like 10 or 9 city press tours.
Yeah, they did. Definitely 10, but it was an 11. They scheduled 11. They ended up doing 10.
Crazy.
Exactly. And broke gate numbers, broke pay-per-view numbers. So back to the audio.
I have to keep it under wraps, but, you know, with ESPN and Fox, two major networks combining, and, you know, they're great idea guys, and they're terrific, the way they promote products. You're going to see something really special because, you know, we have all of these, you know, in the state.
We're going to see something special. What do you think Fox and ESPN can do that can be encompassed in the word special when it comes to broadcasters and promoting this fight for Fury Wilder and both promotional companies?
Honestly, man, it's not a whole lot of information out there about like co-promotions and things like that. So I'm not quite sure what these guys are going to be able to do. I just know that having Fox and having ESPN, like Bob said over and over again, having two of the biggest broadcasters in American television, I expect it to be a vibrant, you know what I'm saying, exclusive kind of a deal. But I just wanted to start now, and I just thought that with the whole big Heisman hoopla this weekend and all the viewers that are gonna be watching, like you could have did something on an ESPN platform or a Fox platform or just on both platforms to like really put this in front of the public's eye. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the holiday season, people are at home, not really doing a whole lot of traveling right now. Now, come next week when you try to do something like this, you know what I'm saying, or the week after, and you really got like the holiday shit, you know what I'm saying, going on in the New Year's Eve, are the same amount of people going to be able to see it that would have seen it like last week or this week?
Supermax with the super chat. They're going to announce it Christmas Day during the game where the Lakers are whooping the Clippers so a huge audience can see. Based on the tape, there may be some truth to that. Let me give you the audio.
Football, our football, not yours, is the major sport, and so Fox and ESPN both have significant football games coming up. ESPN has the.
He says Fox and ESPN, you're our Mike on Sports, and you can follow him on Mike on Sports YouTube channel where he covers all sports, especially football. And Bob is banking on football being promoted on ESPN and Fox. Mike, what could you tell us since you indulge in those other sports?
Shout out to that boy L Jack, you know what I'm saying, putting on a motherfucking show last night. But honestly, bro, football is like one of the biggest sports in America, you know what I'm saying? So if they can do something to incorporate football and this boxing event around that, I think it's good. But I think you kind of missed the boat with that because last week or week before on Thanksgiving, in my opinion, that would have been a perfect time to do it. But we all know Wilder was fighting. But still, I think with the people, with the amount of people that watch football on Thanksgiving, I thought that would have been good. Now, when you get close to Christmas Day, I mean, that's all about basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like basketball is on Christmas, football is on Thanksgiving. Just how it's been since I've been growing up. So I can agree with Super Max. You know what I'm saying? Like if they do put it in the Lakers and the Clippers game, that's huge. And plus, it's a West Coast game too, so you can possibly, you know what I'm saying, do that. But I've never seen it before, you know what I'm saying? So that'll be a pleasant surprise. And we got one from Shiv Admin. Look at Mauricio Suleiman latest tweet. I will. And we got one from Cali House. They will use the Super Bowl as the ultimate promotion. That's smart. I don't know how much a Super Bowl commercial costs, but I know it's a hell of a lot of money. So if they're able to get,
I mean, will they be charged though? It's the network, right? They're in their best interest to play a commercial. Both networks. I don't know who's got the Super Bowl. That's out of my depth of.
I think it's Fox. If I'm 100% correct.
Now, don't get me wrong, Mike. I get it. Business is motherfucking business. So you can't say, hey, man, we're gonna give you a free Super Bowl ad. I get that. I get that's outside the box, but someone has to be thinking this isn't a free ad. This is a promotional ad to a product that we will be selling, that we get 50% of the proceeds to. Obviously, that's going to have to be split between two broadcasters now. I don't know if they're doing 25-25, but
Now, what I have seen in the past, like when the Super Bowl been on like NBC and things like that, I have seen that those channels do like run their local programming, like a show or something they'll promote during the Super Bowl. So if they can do something to that ilk, I think it'll be good for Fox and good for the fight. Because if you're able to put a commercial and have everybody see that shit, ooh, hey. They are really thinking outside the box if they do that.
Absolutely, bro. Back to the tape.
College playoffs and the national championship. Fox has the NFC National Football Conference playoffs and the Super Bowl. So the American public will be seeing a lot of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder.
Based off what he just said, can you agree? Were you thinking that? Did you hear this already and you were just playing coy? Or is this just as good as football like you thought? You said football is America's favorite sport. Is this still dropping the ball in some way?
Hell no, man. College football playoff is going to be big because when you look at it, you know what I'm saying, you got teams like Ohio State, big school, LSU, the Clemson Tigers, the defending national champions. So it's going to be a lot of eyes on the college football playoffs. So if they're able, which ESPN will be carrying one of those games, or if not both of those games. So if they're able to run the promos, which I think they will, during the college football playoffs, then that's even bigger success for them too. Like all this stuff is good. I just think that they're waiting. They're doing a lot of waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like waiting to the end of the month and things like that. Like you said, we're 10 weeks away. You know what I'm saying? People want to know where the fight's going to be at. People want to buy their fucking plane tickets, their hotel tickets. You know what I'm saying? Their fight tickets. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of waiting, and I just don't understand why we continue to do the boxing fan like that, man. Boxing fans are some of the loyal fans in the world. You know what I'm saying? They travel to events, they buy pay-per-views, they do a lot of shit, and sometimes I just feel like we get the short end of the stick by waiting so long.
Now you would figure that they being Fox and even ESPN, who I'm sure could have just picked up the phone, called Bill Wagner or whatever Wagner and said, hey, how well did the Ortiz Wilder do with that limited promotion? The announcement to the fight was late. It's very similar to this. So it just strikes me as weird that they, again, are playing this so tight to the fight date. We do have a super chat from Will who says, sounds like a massive investment going in from all sides. The fight is going to need to make some serious money to fill all these pockets. 100 mil? Mike, you think it needs to make 100 mil? I mean, I guess we're too far out to really ask what numbers it needs to make. Because we don't even know any rumored purses yet.
No, I know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's just me doing revision of history. It should be more than 325. You know what I'm saying? I think with
pay-per-view buys.
Yes, yeah. I think it should do better than what he did last time. That's my only sticker point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just of the mindset like, damn, like why are we 10 weeks away? You know what I'm saying? It's 10 weeks. Like 10 weeks is 10 weeks. Like we got camp, the guys are traveling and things like that. So a lot of things going on, man. I'm looking at it like, man, does this fight really happen in February?
Well, I know Wilder. I don't know when he got to Rome, but I know one part of the team got to Rome today. So, look, it's difficult as a Wilder fan. You know what I mean? You're playing it very close. Like, I get you got this amazing, never before seen power, but you know, you would want to see a dude go into camp 10 weeks out. Not 8 weeks. 8 weeks is regular fighters. You know, 8 weeks is regular fighters. Even Andy, who shit the bed, let's keep it real, they were saying they started 10 weeks early. AJ started 3 days after the fight. He was in the gym, he said. So, man, I don't know. Man. I'm a little nervous, but I hope that this digital push that they're planning makes up for the loss of time in traditional promotion. Traditional promotion. That's all. We're nervous because we're used to the traditional old school way of promoting. Press conferences, press releases, international media call. We haven't had anything. But a couple of pundits on a couple of television screens saying that these guys will fight. But back to the audio, which is still some interesting things left. Very interesting things left.
In the weeks ahead.
We are expecting a date of February the 22nd in Las Vegas. Are you saying that it could be something different to what I'm just saying?
No, I think that's pretty good.
Now, that's something that I'm like, okay, well, they're set on that date, Mike. So we really are shooting ourselves in the foot. We're stuck on 10 weeks out because he said that date is set in stone. Keep listening.
That's in stone.
MGM Grand?
That's also sort of in stone, but that'll be finalized next week.
Now, he says that's also sort of in stone. So, again, if you are looking to travel, in stone, I get it, man. He's a promoter. They lie. It's hard to believe him, but in stone sounds very concrete. If you want to book, MGM sounds like where the fight's going to be. Vegas is the state location. But listen to this. This is where I say it's so contradicting.
Okay. So a formal announcement we can expect next week?
No.
Look how sharp he was. No formal announcement next week. But listen to this.
Okay.
Just formal announcement will come in spectacular fashion that will go around the world.
That is it. It will come in spectacular fashion, but it won't be next week. So we'll be 9 weeks out next week. And he still didn't indicate when that was going to be. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
And they act like we fucking like simpletons or something like that. Like he said, it'll be spectacular and it'll go around the world. We know, nigga, it's motherfucking the Wi-Fi and like internet now, bro. Anything you do is gonna go around the world. You know what I'm saying? Immediately, you feel me? Especially with guys like Fury and Wilder. So we understand that. I just don't understand the fact how you can be so adamant about an announcement won't happen next week when shit. You guys want him to
he's adamant because he know they not announcing it. That's for certain.
Do you want these fighters to fucking travel during camp and shit? Like you want them to be traveling in January?
Mike, but that's why I'm worried. Fury fans are not. Fury's back in the gym. Fury's already doing pad work. Fury was in his living room fucking shadow boxing and looking limber. And that's cool. If you're a Wilder fan that is a true Wilder fan and you have no doubt in your mind, hey, he just went through a fight where he barely got hurt and he looked good. So he's okay. You know, if anything, this is similar to the Andy Ruiz AJ situation where Andy Ruiz was coming off of a win and he jumped right into the AJ fight. So it was like he never got out of camp. So for Wilder, this is really never getting out of camp. Going to Rome for a week, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. But if you're a iffy Wilder fan, maybe you are nervous. If you are a super Wilder fan and you want to book your flight in your hotel, maybe you are nervous. If you're a traveling fan, maybe you are nervous. But, Mike, that was the audio. Any final thoughts on it before we keep it moving? Those were my final thoughts, by the way.
I'm with you, man. Just the fact of the 10-week thing, you know what I'm saying? That's my biggest sticking point. But hopefully, you know what I'm saying, all goes well. And it is something that we can look back on and say, oh, man, that announcement was lit, was nice, and was epic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hold Bob to his, you know what I'm saying, to his words. He said it's gonna be something like a circus, and it's gonna be a good announcement and promotion. So let's just see how it plays out. I'm just of the mindset like, why are we waiting so long? That's my biggest thing. Why are we waiting so long?
Mike, Will comes back with the super chat and says, Rome announcement at the Coliseum, gladiator theme. I don't know, man. That would mean that they are really thinking. I don't know, Mike. Could you see it? Could Fury meet him in Rome and they're fucking in one of those, historic old stadiums that are like crumbled and shit. I mean, I think that's too much, and I don't see how it ties to America where the fight is taking place at. Does that really make an impact to do a digital press conference live from Rome? I know he's going there to meet the Pope. That's what he told us on the show. I mean, obviously, Will with the super chat is, giving his opinion. I'm just trying to build off it.
I mean, that would be something new, you know what I'm saying? Something epic if they were able to do that. But I think that Coliseum has like a lot of what is called like safety guards and things like that. So I don't know if they're gonna be willing to do something over there. But that's a nice little idea, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You speak it, believe it, receive it. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? It could be a announcement at the Coliseum, but I don't know, man. I know he's over there meeting the Pope in Italy, so big ups to him. But yeah, man, I don't see that happen. You know what I'm saying? But Gladiator theme, Gladiator is one of my favorite movies.
So when exactly is the Super Bowl?
February, like the first weekend in February, like the second, something like that.
All right. Again, I've never watched one. I ain't even watched Beyonce's thing that everybody was talking about many years ago.
Janet Jackson when the damn titties came out?
I seen that because you know how media is. Like, you get the clip and everybody show her little titty in Justin's hand and shit. But my point is, how big would it be to announce it in the halftime show? Is that even possible? Like, is that too much money? Because, I mean, look, we're talking about Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake, Beyonce that do the halftime show. Like, is there time? I don't know anything about football. I don't know anything about halftime shows, let alone Super Bowl halftime shows. So I'm just here giving my casual, optimistic boxing opinion, like my hope for boxing. Like, is there some way those two guys could be in the center of the field and announce their fight in front of the public on the halftime show? And then what do you think that does in terms of buys? Like, is that like, whoa, or is that like, man, that shit really don't mean nothing? There's only 2 weeks before the fight.
Yeah, honestly, you don't want to wait to announce it, but if you want to reinforce it on a Super Bowl, then I think that's good marketing and a good scheme. When it comes to the buys, I do think that if you run the right highlights and show the first fight, I do think that it would capture the Americans' public's eye and make them remember. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit went viral when those guys fought back in December of 2018, because Fury was able to get up and that Undertaker meme was just ringing around, and we seen Wilder with that right hand, and that's one of his biggest highlights. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that it could be beneficial, but you don't want to wait to do it 3 weeks before the fight. Now, if you want to reinforce it at a Super Bowl, then yeah, definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a smart idea, but you don't want to wait 3 weeks before a fight to announce a big fight like this. It probably won't get no buys.
Well, no. Let them do what Bob is suggesting may or may not happen with the digital announcement. I'm just saying, like, how much would it help to have them show up and, do something in the halftime show in lead up to the fight? Or do you think 3 weeks out, even if it's the Super Bowl, is still too short of time? Like,
yeah, it is too short of a time.
All right.
Super chat coming from Teddy B, Midwest Sports Talk. Quicker the turnaround, the less camp time needed. All right.
I guess, man. But it's a super fight, man. You want to get in there. It's a whole new opponent, Mike. You went from fucking training 8 weeks, 10 weeks for a southpaw. Now you got to. And look, Fury's in his little video in his living room. He's fighting southpaw. So, I mean, it may serve Wilder right to have fought Fury and Luis Ortiz and Dominic Brazil, both orthodox and southpaw, because Fury, in his living room is shadow boxing in southpaw stance, but then doing pad work in orthodox stance. So you just never know what you're gonna get from the dude. He switches.
Absolutely, and fighting a guy 6'9", going from a guy who's 6'4" to 6'9", you definitely want to get in camp and start sparring taller guys. You know what I'm saying? Just to get the feel good for Fury. So I agree with you, man. Like I don't want to say a short camp is needed because I think Fury is a viable opponent, and I think Wilder got to be on top of his A game if he wants to get that victory.
Yo, Mike, super chat from Sergio. What's up with Wilder's metal rods in that his right hand? Yo, the power's getting so serious now. Now they questioning it. Next is gonna be PDs. Now they saying his hand made out of metal. They go, yo, I can't wait to see the Terminator gifs and shit. But I was gonna ask you that. Since we seen Fury, before we open up these phone lines, you already know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Get in now. Get in line now. Don't wait long. Don't forget you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Mike, I was going to say, since Fury went on WWE, do you think that it would be easier now to get the licensing to the Undertaker theme and really have Fox and ESPN put together a good promo with Wilder knocking him down, the Undertaker theme music? You know, we've seen it already on Instagram, but, you know, do it professionally and use it as a true promo because, you know, Wilder knocking him down was epic, but Fury getting up was even more fucking out of this world. So that's the promo right there. That's what you run on Super Bowl and make sure it has that, you know, Undertaker ding, like, everybody go fucking crazy. I mean, when they zoom into Wilder's face and his eyes go like beady, like, what the fuck, he got up? That's the sell right there. But you gotta remind people of that.
Yeah, we got a super chat coming in, and I agree, man. You gotta remind people of what happened and how it happened, and put it fresh in their minds. Super chat coming from Ivan G. The best channel in YouTube about boxing. I am listening you guys for 2 years. Love your show. Thank you very much. Nah, brother, thank you. We appreciate you listening for 2 years. And, man, it really means a lot to us, you know what I'm saying? So big ups to you. But, yeah, man, like, bruh, if they do that, that's the kind of shit you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want this fight to be big. I want everybody to fucking talk about it. I want people to motherfucking, like, have opinions about it, call in and just get the ball rolling. I don't understand why boxing shows you, like, over and over again, you guys stick to that same kind of blueprint, and it don't really end up working. I know Bob said that they're doing new things, but it just seems like more of the same with the delayed announcement and the delayed promotion.
Yeah, I mean, again, because I'm traditional, because I've been doing this for so long and I'm used to the old way of things, I understand now that this is the 20th century, the way of streaming, and maybe they do have those analytics and the data to back it up that, you know, no longer do we have to go city to city and, you know, set up a fake stage for the day and rent and food for the media and invite the media and worry about the elements. Maybe this does reach more people. I don't know. I still seen thousands at Mayweather McGregor in every city they went to, and then millions viewed it on YouTube. So I think you always expand your reach by doing more.
Definitely agree with you, man. Look at the Canelo and Floyd, Conor McGregor, Floyd, Mayweather Pac. I know all those things have Mayweather in common, but all those fights do have a multi-city press tour, and all those fights did do very, very good numbers. So there are some things that you could possibly take away from that fight and put it into this Wilder Fury fight, you know what I'm saying, to make it bigger and better, you know what I'm saying? Because Floyd, when he did it, I mean, you got to admit he did it very, very well.
Got a super chat coming back from Sergio. Sergio, man, thanks for the love, brother. We appreciate it and appreciate, obviously, your engagement with the show. He says, Wilder, a.k.a. Jax from Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
With the fucking civil arms and shit. And we got one coming from YY9302010. Motherfucker sound like he over in motherfucking Beverly Hills or some shit.
Yeah, when it's like that, I just say Wawa.
Bum Squad Nation with 1,000 motherfucking bum emojis.
Bum Squad! All right, let's go ahead and open up the lines. You know the number once again to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on Skype. Ricky, I got you. Thanks for the heads up. Stainless just muted himself. Alrighty. We're going to go out to the sponsors and we'll get to the callers. Don't forget, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. And hit that thumbs up button if you're listening to the show. It helps with the visibility of the show. We need this show to grow. We want to ensure that we stay here every single day, 7 days a week, bringing you this fire content and continuing to get you these big-time interviews every day. We got a quick super chat from Dennis in Orlando, Tampa area. So much content recently. Great Charlo Andrade show. Thanks for my boxing cura. For those that don't know, cura means like my cure, my fix, you know, and you got to get my fix. And we are your boxing fix. If you're addicted, man, this is your one-stop shop, man. I mean, we go on maybe 3 times a day, especially when the topics are there. And if you guys become more of boxing fans, you know, if you become better boxing fans, I mean, we could start doing like Inoue shows with whoever he's fighting, you know what I mean? But like, it's like to put in all that effort. I mean, Mike, what was that live chat we did on a lower weight class last year? It was like we thought it was gonna get all this fucking hype, and bro, if there was like 12 people watching live, I think it was like 2 UK dudes though. To be fair,
live fight chat, I don't know, bro. We
definitely lower weights. I mean, 130 and down for sure.
Yeah, we did so many. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe was it Farmer and my guy Billy Dibb down in?
Definitely not Farmer. It was. I want to believe it was 2 light-skinned looking dudes. Whether they white or black, I don't know.
I don't even remember. But
whatever, it's all good. The point is that we all know, man, we get zero traction if we talk about Jonah Caro and his next fight with fucking, I don't know, Ryan Burnett. You know what I mean? Like, nobody comes. Like, y'all need to be better boxing fans.
Yeah, but you talk about Emmanuel Navarrete and Inoue. I think depending on the matchup, people will come out. But don't forget, Virgil Ortiz is in action tonight on DAZN.
Yes, Friday night fights.
We have a DAZN link in our description box. So if you don't have DAZN and you are a Virgil Ortiz fan and you want to watch him tonight, please use our link in our description box to sign up to DAZN. It don't cost you anything extra, but by you guys signing up through our link, we get a little kickback for you guys using that link. So big ups to Virgil Ortiz and good luck tonight.
And if you're going to place a bet on Virgil by knockout, you can also use our link or our code at BetTBV and use my boxing bookie. The link is in the description box as well as in the chat. And yeah, you better be picking Virgil by knockout, right? Solomon's 36, coming off of more than a year layoff. So yeah, but the DAZN link is also in the description box, and I will be putting that in the chat right now. All right, we're going to go out to our callers. First, quick word from our sponsors. I'm not sure that we did that already.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
It is hard to continue developing new content and covering the sport as thorough as we do without contributions from loyal listeners like you. If you enjoyed listening to the Boxing Voice Radio and find it informative and entertaining, please consider making a donation.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
All right, we're going to go out to Mastermind in Texas, Joseph, the big Supermax.
BoxingVoice.com.
Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what up? Good morning, TBV. Ness, Mike, how are you this morning, fellas?
All good, brother. Happy to be here.
Yo, Ness, you read my mind with that Undertaker thing, man. I've been thinking the same thing. Get that theme music on a promo. or even have Fury walk out to the Undertaker meet. That would be pretty dope. But
Yeah, walking out would be too late, man. We thinking promotion and how to attract people.
yeah. No, you're right. And that's what I'm saying. I think that would be for a promo commercial. That'd be dope, especially on Fox, and SmackDown's over on Fox too. Um, it just all depends on what they do promotion wise. But I think the fight sold. I mean, I'm always hearing about it, like Mike said on ESPN on Undisputed. They have pretty much been talking about the fight and what day it's going to be. So I guess we're just waiting for more of a formal thing. But to me personally, I hear a lot of people talking about the fight. People that I know that don't normally talk boxing. So I think if they don't crack a million, they'll get very close to a million buys. I think this is one of the biggest fights we've been waiting for a while.
Super Max. Well, thanks for calling in, brother. Mike.
Yes, sir.
So he's with me with the theme music, Undertaker theme music. We're going out to
Smart.
Boomerang, Bomb Boxing, Arizona. Good morning.
Hey, come back to me, man. I got a lot of background noise.
All right. Boomerang in Detroit. Talk to me.
Motherfucking murder, mayhem, last words of the stainless. Told you I would kill you, squeeze after I aim it. If you're talking money, then you're speaking my language. Or shut the fuck up in grown folks' conversation.
Yo, TBV, what's good?
Buenos dias, buenos dias. How are you?
Bien, mi hermano. I know a little Spanish, because them Latinos is But it's fight week. We got weigh in today. We got Virgil Ortiz tonight. I'm excited about that. I agree with you on that Undertaker theme music. They should be playing that, on some of them WWE promos or something. And it wouldn't be bad for his ring entrance either, because we are still talking about it. I don't really think it matter as far as the official, because hardcores know about it, and I think casuals pretty much know about it too. Not to mention, I don't know if y'all noticed, like the last couple fights, like they really been showing Booker T from what's that, Miami. I don't remember what they was called back on WCW and before he came to WWE. And he's supposed to be the general manager of SmackDown, so I'm pretty sure they doing a lot of cross promotions. It's probably just happening more at the wrestling events than it is on actual TV with them too. I can see how that world media premiere press conference can work out too. That sounds like it's gonna be something big, but can't always trust what Bob Arum say, because that is Bob Arum. That's all I got for now, man. Please make sure you push the thumbs up, share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast, because it's TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, that's because you stupid. Shout out to El Camino. Peace.
Stanless, thanks for calling in, champ. All right, we got another boomeranger in Seattle.
Mr. PBC, baby.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
I'm the finest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Yo,
what's
good? Mike and
ESPN, what's going on?
Now, I'm getting it because I want to see that Kobe Covington versus I don't know his name, but I'm going for him. I know you know who it is, but
Usman.
Let me get my yes, I'm going for Usman. Let me get my Troy on. Let me get the full boomerang added on. Mike, I have a real question, man. Are you going to be live commentating that fight?
The Usman fight?
Yes, I'm just curious because I know you said you got that thing you bought so you can have people call in.
Yeah.
Are you going to be
I might do
adding
that.
Young?
I might do that Usman fight depending on what time the Crawford fight gets over with and how it plays out. Now, if it's like a fucking he gets knocks out Crawford, then we'll be back on here doing an immediate reaction. We know this. He'll get up for that. You know what I'm saying? But
it's at the same time though.
Man, normally the UFC shit comes on after the boxing shit, and with ESPN having both the UFC and corporate, I'm sure they'll figure out a way to like offset it.
Okay, and I can't wait for that, man. And to Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, I think this is Tyson Fury's play. He's probably trying to buy time for his cut, wound, all types of shit. I think he's a little bit nervous, so he's buying a little bit more time. He's the one that has the contract to sign it, and he's the one with Bob Arum. And I think that's what it is. And I was just curious with that call that Bob Arum did. Is it on Fox or ESPN?
Joint.
Oh, shit. I wonder how that's going to work, like, real talk. How do you think it's going to work, Nash?
Man, I don't know if it's working. Why you think we ain't get shit yet? It seemed like it's hard to get a fucking plan with so many people involved. Because, I mean, 10 weeks out, this supposed to be a super fight. Like, rematches are because we want to see it again 90% of the time. So I don't know, man. And that's the thing. Maybe they're thinking the old way of things, Mike, where it's like, oh, we just got to show the knockout reel. We just got to show, like, those highlights, and they think they sell it. And that shit never sold it for me. Like, it don't, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it sell it for the casual fan, but it never did it for me.
But we need to get Deontay Wilder on the show and really smack some shit
He's
into
in
him.
vacation,
like, hey, man,
champ. He's on vacation, champ. Be easy. He on vacation.
He needs to get in that gym, man. I'm not trying to see no Anne Louise upset. I'm not trying to see no type
You
of,
ain't a real fan
shit.
if you talking upset, man. That word ain't even in his vocabulary, man. You wilding right now. Call him Mr. ESPN from now on, man.
To this day.
BH in the Bay. Talk to May.
What up, BH? Shout out to my nigga.
What's happening, y'all?
What
shout
up?
out my nigga Matt Dre.
What it do?
Yeah. All right, it's like this, man. Deontay already told y'all niggas what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had him on interview multiple times. You know what I'm saying? He said he's gonna right all his wrongs. He said Luis Ortiz, y'all was talking about, he got him in the 7th round, had him all wobbled and everything. What'd he do? He came back and knocked his ass out again. Feel me? Now, the next one, Tyson Fury. Y'all said Tyson Fury, he was boxing beautiful, got his ass knocked down in the 9th, got his ass knocked down in the 12th. Fucking, they had to put the seesaw out. You feel me? Now they're going to run it back again. What's going to happen? The rematch.
I mean,
Tyson
technically it was no
out.
seesaw. Technically, he got up on his own, champ.
I mean, all right, yeah, whatever, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever, you feel me? But when they run it back, he's going to get his ass knocked out again. But, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think, I don't know about Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying? Until he gets in the ring, I don't believe it's going to happen, you know, because he got a nasty cut on his eye, and you never know.
Man, that cut done, champion. That cut done. He out here wrestling and shit. That cut good. You on that conspiracy train right now, but I like it.
Well, if you're Tyson Fury, are you looking at your retirement plan? You think he's gonna be fighting for the next 5 years or what? Because I think Tyson Fury is looking to cash out. He might do this fight just to get the money. But once they're talking about a third fight. I don't even think there's gonna be a third fight. But what I'm saying is
cut it.
DH in the Bay. Thank you. What up?
When did it change, bro?
What you mean?
It seems like, bruh, like when I first started on the show, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We support Wilder, and people call in, oh, you guys the Wilder voice. You guys are this. You guys are that. But now, the fans call in, you cannot say anything remotely about the fight, like about Fury. Oh, fuck Fury. He ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Wilder lost. No, he ain't lose nothing. He was up 6-0 against Ortiz. Like, when did everything just switch to, like, the uncontrollable, like, love for Wilder? I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's great for Wilder, you know what I'm saying? But it just seems like people just all of a sudden just switched.
I don't see that. I'm being honest. I don't see that. I mean, I felt it that day where we said something, and then all of a sudden he had a bunch of people coming at us. But that was like one time. You know what I mean? I gotta feel it a lot stronger. I don't think it's there. You know, you feel AJ's fandom. You feel Fury's fucking fanatics. You know what I mean?
I know, but bro, you can watch the, like other YouTube channels, you know what I'm saying, that kind of, you know what I'm saying, take college too. Like some of these channels, nigga, Wilder got the bombarders for real. Like he got a lot of fans, man, that really, really, you know what I'm saying, rock with him.
Well, I mean, you know, best place to show up is February 22nd. I'll tell you that. Let's make it count. And that's the entire premise of the show. Like 10 weeks out, Bob talking his digital shit. He confirmed there's definitely no press conference announcement for next week, which means 9 weeks out. You know, at least we got out of him that it's definitely Las Vegas and it's definitely February 22nd. He said in stone. So, you know, if you go to Vegas, you gamble. So you know that's still a gamble because you know I'm not saying that Bob's word is stone or concrete, but if you want to take it as gospel and book early or at least reserve your room, which you know if you you know deal with the right hotel, you can cancel for free. But anyway, enough free advice. Did we get to the super chat from Kelvin that says Wilder, Bionic Man, Fury, Glass Joe. And then he says, Bomb Squad! CYP, California.
Oh, what up? Called him Glass Joe. He ain't Glass Joe, but it was funny just thinking about how Glass Joe looked. That's a funny looking dude. All right, when it comes down to this promotion, once again, foot's been put in mouths. Fox holds the Super Bowl. The biggest basketball game of the year is held by ESPN. ESPN casuals will watch that game between the Clippers and the Lakers. Casuals will watch that. Casual basketball fans will be watching that because it's an event. So you catching people on an event and gonna tell them about this boxing match. Then you catching them on Fox on the Super Bowl where everybody watches. You telling them again. But the announcement ain't good enough for you. If any boxing fight ever had the opportunity to promote on those two levels, they would take that shit immediately. But we gonna talk about how it's not soon enough. I ain't on that boat. I'm taking the experts. I'm taking analytics. I'm rolling with that. I'm waiting till December 25th, and the shit gonna be fucking amazing, like Bob Arum says, which most of the shit he say ain't true, but I know this one is because he's saying he gonna get in trouble if he say something. When the fuck the last time Bob Arum ever gonna get in trouble for saying anything? This shit is coming.
Hey man, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. You know, we all want the success of this. That could only ensure that we don't end up in 2020 version of Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis, Mike. You know, if either, that's why it's the event that needs to be successful because whoever's the winner, they more than likely get the fight Wilder. I mean, AJ. You know what I'm saying? Because the economics of it. If this is a successful event, Wilder gets to fight him, AJ Fury gets to fight him. Whoever's the winner. I mean, obviously there is the rumors of these fucking rematches, so we'll have to see.
Speaking of Anthony Joshua, he come out with a tweet. I believe.
Damn, so you gonna blow it? I want to come back with that. I told you that. You ain't see my text.
You ain't say nothing.
You crazy, bro. You don't check your phone, man. Look at this guy dropping the bow lies. We going out to Steve on the ringer. Talk to me.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. You did say that. My bad. What else, Steve?
Hey, good morning. Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
All good, brother.
Yeah. This has all the makings of a mega fight. You know, you were talking about a circus. They got the biggest clown in the game is Fury, the big ass clown. Then you got Wilder, who's the people's champ. You know, Wilder. Well, you know, what people don't get about Wilder is he's so personable. Look at how many times, he's not arrogant like the other guy. I'm not going to mention his name. He comes on this show, he talks with us, he chats it up with you in public. That's why hopefully they don't drop the ball, because this has a big, big makings of a mega fight. So we'll see what they do. It's all on them, To me, this is all on them. It ain't on the boxers, because they have the tools to make this a huge fight. So we'll see what they do. But that's all I got.
Steve, man, thanks for calling in. As always, appreciate it. Just want to remind everybody, if you're on Skype, remain on mute, allowing the person talking to have, a great audio quality and an uninterrupted call so that you can get the same in return. And if you want to call in and you're out there listening, you want to voice your opinion, you want to do like CYP, you want to set us straight, you want to say, hey, stop all the fucking nervousness, because he's right. We've never seen a boxing take advantage of basketball or football. But again, we are giving our opinion. Is Wilder and Fury going to make it to the Super Bowl? The games that Bob spoke of, is that enough? Those NFC or whatever he called them, that shit went in one ear and out the other for me, Mike. But are those other basketball games that he said about ESPN and let's just say the Super Bowl's off the table? Like, there's no way to do that. What about what he did mention? Is that enough promotion in your eyes?
It's gonna have to be if that's the route we're going down. I just hope that it reaches a lot of fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to be consistent with my thing and say I just think that maybe too much time is being wasted. You know what I'm saying? If you really wanted to be a big success, you know what I'm saying, you could possibly did some things earlier in December, and possibly, you know what I'm saying, did a lot of things this week with the Crawford card. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just of the mindset that some things could have been done sooner, but hey, man, CYP said don't worry about it. Things will pan out. So I'm gonna go with my guy. He said he got his own analytics. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna check that out.
Oh, what you trying to say? CYP Glazier?
Hey, man, he said, man, I trust the analytics. I was thinking like, damn, you got the analytics? You know
Nah, because he's getting that from an interview. There was an interview, I think it was our interview with Bob, where he's like, we got analytics. That's a thing of the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was my interview, because he's like, bruh, like, we not doing that anymore. We doing digital. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, how did
yeah, because Bob, I think Bob used that word, analytics.
I'm saying, do like CYP know Bob though?
I mean, I'm thinking he's saying like, yo, Bob is going off the analytics. I'm trusting the analytics.
Oh, okay. I thought he was saying like, nigga, I'm trusting the analytics because I seen him last night. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I thought he was saying that.
Nah, I doubt it. Let me see here who we got. Aaron and Cali, what up? Rocking out in the morning. What up, dude? What up, do?
Hey, Ron, what's going on, man?
What's up, fellas?
What up?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a different twist on this. So, who owns ESPN?
Disney.
Who just bought Fox?
Disney.
So this is another reason why I think the Wilder camps and the Fury camps are acting a little bit more friendly. You're hearing Bob Arum kind of warm up to Wilder. Recently, the WBC said Andy Ruiz would be a possible opponent for Wilder, and the WBO just mandated that mandatory be filled. Well, if Joshua drops his WBO belt, who's the number 2 rankings in the WBO? Tyson Fury.
I said this the other day.
Scenario. Yeah, so who would fight Usyk? Fury. Who would fight Ruiz? Wilder. They both come through that fight, then they have their rematch second half of 2020, which would even be bigger. It just seems suspect. We're 10 weeks out. And you can tell me the analytics, that's the only excuse, but you should start promoting this fight now. I don't see how time gets wasted. Fury Usyk is still a good fight. Fury has that WBO belt, and they do a unification with Wilder because both camps are acting friendly. They both have vested interests, Fox and ESPN. It's even a bigger fight. It's a unification fight. I'm telling you, I know it's a long shot. It's a possible scenario. Think about it. That's my call.
Well,
hey man, it's always another motherfucking avenue, you know what I'm saying, that we don't know about, and get called bomb boxing. No, Aaron, my bad.
Aaron and Cali, we're going out to Stone Bone Boxing in Colorado. What up?
What up, Stone Bone?
What up? Man, how y'all doing this great morning, man? I hope y'all having a couple blunts for breakfast, as I always do. And I'm so ready for this weigh-in. And, but I don't know, man. I'm starting to think that this fight might not happen until, like before March Madness. I mean, after the Super Bowl, before March Madness. So I ain't going to automatically say it's the 22nd, but I'm thinking anywhere from that 22nd to the next 2 or 3 Saturdays, which would be right before March Madness. So I'm looking at that range. So instead of being 10 weeks, we're probably really about 12 weeks. And they do need to get to, at least get to, like you said, they already got Fury running to the WWF or WWE, whatever it is now. So they might as well get like a commercial going with The Undertaker, Flash Wilder with the mask on. You got to start at least building up that type of motivation. It ain't just a regular TV fight. We ain't trying to have 300,000-400,000 sales like last time. We trying to get it to closer to the million in this time to get that buzz rolling, man. So I agree with Ness. I think it's imperative. It's not just something that we want. This is imperative to get that outcome, because I don't want them to not promote the fight and then say, oh, it didn't sell. Like, shit, you didn't promote it. So if you put a couple more dollars behind it, I know a lot of money is going to purses and shit like that, so they don't want to be wasting money on unnecessary shit, but at least give us one big press conference, and something like that to work.
I agree, man. I agree, big dog. Like, don't look hindsight. All say shit didn't sell, and then y'all didn't do a good enough job at pushing this shit.
Yeah, buddy. We'll see. Mike, interesting super chat here. Where is that? Here it goes. It says,
from CRB?
Yes. Ness Chevin Stretch from IG. You said AJ A-side off the 550 US equivalent pay-per-view buys. If Wilder does more, he's the A-side. Also, Disney plus Star Wars promo. Y'all dreaming. Look, I want to dream that big too, man. And I don't know about anything about me saying AJ the A-side off the pay-per-view equivalent, but I get you. I like that math. Is he trying to say that the 1.6 pay-per-view buys in the UK equate to 550? We got to make sure that he's doing them at $33 a pay-per-view. They upped the price over there. They upped the price for that Ruiz fight. So we got to make sure that he's doing that right math. But listen, A-side, B-side, I ain't talking about that. I told y'all that already. This fight, we can't allow it to get to the Mayweather-Pacquiao level. We already got 3 years in. 2020 is 4. So we need to do this now, man. Like, they both A-sides, they both B-sides. Whoever wants to be the A-side is up to whoever agrees for the other to be the A-side. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be the fan side. Just give us the fight. I just want the fight. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. I think the Star Wars promo will be good, man. Disney Plus, that would be epic. You know what I'm saying? So big ups, man, for CRP.
I don't know, man. I spend hella money on movies. Everybody knows I'm an AMC movie watcher. I go, 3 times a month minimum. I've never watched none of these new Star Wars. Like, not at the movies. Bored in the bed on HBO or some shit. Somebody got it on demand. Kind of. Never made it through one. Like, I remember the girl fighting the dude from that show on HBO. I know that sounds crazy. Oh, Girls. He's from Girls. He was the boyfriend on Girls, and all of a sudden he became the new Darth Vader. He ain't even Darth Vader enough for me. Like, I think he's Darth Vader's son. I don't even get it. And maybe I'm too old. So maybe they ain't reaching me if they do a Wilder promo on Disney, Star Wars. I don't fucking know what y'all talking about. No. No. If you're going to use Disney, ladies and gentlemen, last time motherfucking checked, Star Wars wasn't knocking down the numbers. Who is Marvel movies, okay? Whatever superhero, smack it there if you want it to be seen by millions, okay? Don't smack it on Star Wars. Put that shit on, isn't
Bro,
Flash coming out?
I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but I do know Star Wars got a cult like following. Motherfuckers come in costumes.
Look,
and
you see my
it's not even
shoulders?
Halloween.
You see my shoulders? This mean I don't care. Because for last I remember, you could be right. You could be right. I could be reading the old headline. Let me just say this. I could be reading the old headline, but I vividly remember one of those Marvel movies topping all movie grossing, and then another movie topped that one. Another Marvel topped that one. Because I remember, I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy first the biggest grossing.
It was Black Panther first, then it was the last Avengers, whatever the Infinity War or the Endgame. Yeah, Endgame came out and did like over $1 billion some dollars. And Marvel.
And look
Black
at that, because
Panther-
I guarantee you Google it, and there was an article where Once Upon a Time, Guardians of the Galaxy was like a super grossing movie. So believe me, man, use Marvel. Don't use Star Wars.
I'm just saying, bro. I've seen people come to the theaters and like Star Wars.
There you go. Somebody said Endgame, biggest movie ever. Like, I'm telling you, use Marvel, bro. Like,
it's the biggest movie ever, but it don't have like the biggest fan, bro. Star Wars, people come to the movie theaters dressed up as the characters, bro.
Bruh, you must don't go watch any of they in there looking like Thor, man. What you talking about? People come with the outfit over there too, and the t-shirts and all that shit. I'm telling you, bruh. And they give you posters. Look, I'm an AMC stub dude. They big on that shit, man. The cups turn into that. Like, Marvel is huge. Believe me, it's huge, man. But I could be wrong. Somebody can fucking call in with the numbers, like Ness. Boom, Lucasfilms, because I know it's like Lucasfilms. I'm like, no, Lucasfilms is bigger. They sold it for X amount of that. I'm like, whatever. We're going to Steven in the UK. Talk to me.
What up, Steven?
Steven, you working? Can't talk? 1, 2, 3 times your
Yeah, working, man. Come back to me if that's okay.
No problem. We got you.
Chat coming from CRB. I agree, Ness, but Disney don't own Marvel platform. I think Disney do it.
Yeah,
actually.
what? That's the whole thing. They trying to get everybody to go to their app because of that. It's
They
over.
put all that shit off of Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Like Netflix not even doing they Marvel shit no more.
That's messed up too, man. I don't like that, man. I'm waiting. You know, I got an email yesterday. Stars is free for me. No, Epix is free for me now, so I don't gotta pay. I used to pay for that.
Man, watch that Godfather of Harlem, nigga.
Yeah, I've been watching that. that. Yeah. Who we got? Stunner in New Jersey.
Yo.
Yo.
Oh, man. You know, I was on my calm shit this morning, but I need to nip some bullshit in the bud ASAP, right? So I can already peep that y'all next topic is going to be about that little bullshit.
Whoa, I faded you out. Can't nobody even hear what you saying, champ. You about to try to jump the gun? You on some Miss Cleo shit? Oh my God, already peep the topic, Stunner. Peep the topic and let us work, all right? Can we be great?
Let us click, Stunner. Let us click, baby.
Look, he's still at it. Yo, I got you fade. Nobody can hear you. You know what I'm saying?
We're not gonna do that.
Oh, whoa. He's still talking. We're not gonna do that. Chill, bro. Breathe. We be back. You there? All right. You the man, dog. Come on, bro. We
Jersey on.
We gonna come back and we gonna have all that energy for that, but we gotta give everything its equal. See, that's the problem with boxing. That's why the lower weights don't get the same attention, because everybody is focused on one division.
I just want to give my prayers and my shout outs to everybody in Jersey City that
oh yeah, man,
that went through that horrific, you know what I'm saying, standoff. Or
bro, that's like right there from me. That's crazy.
I know. I was just like, bro, that's crazy. Like hours on end. That's crazy, man. And big ups to the police officers that got the situation under control. And
damn, one of them passed away.
Yeah, to the cop who lost his life, man. Sorry to hear that, but
I heard on the news today. I don't know who, because I rarely listen to the news, but my girl freaking turns it on when she's getting ready for work. But someone paid his mortgage, and the GoFundMe is up to $300,000 already for the cop's family.
Amen,
You know?
amen. Like,
Which that ain't no bonus, but I mean something is something because it's gonna be difficult to lose the sole provider of a family, of a household.
absolutely. And I know someone saying some people out there don't like cops, and I done had my thing, you know what I'm saying, with cops and things like that. But God put his life on the line, trying to protect people. My hat's off to him
Yeah,
and his
and this
family.
was terrorism anyway. This wasn't like
Yeah.
he lost his life, trying to lock up a drug dealer and got shot. This is like him trying to protect, homeland security.
It's him seeing a fucking U-Haul at a cemetery, going over there and see what's going on, and simply him getting shot, just like that. So,
yeah,
man, big ups to him and his family. I just put my prayers out to everybody in Jersey City.
Absolutely. We're going to Majid in Florida. Majid, you working right now? No problem. Keeping it moving. Fresh, Ricky Fresh.
Ricky.
Ricky Fresh, you got
Hold on.
What up?
Come back to me.
Yeah. You sound like you at a protest right now.
Or he about to get beat up by like 15 girls or something like that.
Pat in Beantown, you working or you talking?
What up, Pat?
We know you're a worker. That means he's working. We're going out to Lamar, the Bomb Squad Army.
Bombarders. What word, baby?
You gotta unmute Lamar. Lamar just listening too. All right, we're going to Joshua in New Orleans. I know he know how to work his Skype. Joshua making me look bad. Oh, there you go.
Yo. Nah, I ain't got too much of an opinion on this show. I missed the last show. I'm almost burned on my Bud smoke right quick. Now I'm excited for Bud, man. A lot of things are being said about him, but I still realize he's the highest paid welterweight in the division right now. And it's funny how a lot of guys turn to managers and say what he should be doing and stuff like that, like it's guaranteed. Looking forward to the fight this weekend. Looking forward to see what he gonna do next year because he will be being handed his mandatory, so there won't be no excuse for nobody to not get in the ring or make a fight or avoid contracts, not try to negotiate contracts, come back after accidents and all that stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's my call.
Brandon in Cincinnati.
What up, B?
Salute to my dog Josh, man. He make my job a whole lot easier around this bitch nowadays. But yeah, man, I'm not too worried about this fight not happening. It's too much money that needs to be recouped. Fury, they need to recoup some of that money they paid him. They need to recoup some of that money they've been paying Wilder. So yeah, it's no question. I believe this fight is gonna happen. What's the difference? You guys say it's 10 weeks out. What's the difference if they wait 2 weeks and do a press conference? What's the difference between doing it 10 weeks out and 8 weeks out? Not much.
It starts to interfere with your training camp and shit like that. Most fighters, and I know Wilder specifically like an 8-week training camp. So I don't know if he likes to be traveling during those times.
I agree with that, but they've already said they're not doing a press tour. It's gonna be one city, one day. Knock that shit out. Hopefully, if it's a spectacular press conference that stay on people's minds, you get that one out the way. Then you do a press conference right before the fight, the week of the fight, to get it rolling again. That should be enough, man. I mean, keep the commercials and shit rolling on each network. Get the shit going on sports. I mean, I think that should be enough, man. I agree. Sometimes that extra promotion should be a waste of money. It can be anyway. But yeah, that's my call, man. See you motherfuckers tomorrow to watch this boxing masterclass. Peace out.
All right, big dog. Brandon Maurice from Cincinnati, big dog. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. We got up next, Big Homie.
Troy on the boomerang.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Good. I just want to make sure. I'll touch on two things. Uh, both fighters have actually done their part to push the fight. Wilder being himself by fighting people and knocking things out. I mean, knocking people out. That's his part. That's his part to it. Fury is the more worldly man, so he's been around making his money. But his everything out his mouth is about Wilder and about the fight. That's his part. All the rest is left up to the people that's behind closed doors. So I don't see it being. I don't see this fight in any jeopardy at all. It's actually going to be bigger than the first fight because of how it ended, right? So I see big things for both men. Somebody threw out the WBO and but it really doesn't matter because this fight by itself is a standalone big fight. It's not about the belt or the championship. You have a puncher, you have a boxer. That's what sells, right? Now, Nestor, you mentioned Nestor and Mike. You're both talking about the Avengers and Star Wars, I believe. Here's the difference, Nestor. The Avengers are right now. Star Wars has been around longer than me.
Troy, you got
And
some
I don't know if you
background? What's
know, but
going on over there?
I asked if you could hear me. How about now? You hear me better?
Yes, man.
Okay, cool. See, I don't know why you waited this long, but I'm using my boomerang. So, as far as Star Wars and the Avengers go, one is about money right now. One has been around for. One's a stable. There's an actual dictionary that was created with Star Wars words in it. Star Wars is generational, just like Star Trek. One is a moneymaker now, but years from now, it's going to go back to the comic book, whereas Star Wars is always going to be here.
Man,
So
shut
that's
that
the
old
difference.
ass shit up, Troy. Anybody try to hear about no goddamn Star Wars and Star Trek and shit like that, bruh? Next thing
Why'd you bring it up then? Why'd you
cause
bring it up?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much. I see. That's your problem, man. If you bring something up and I know about it, I'm going to speak on it, so you have yourself to blame, honey.
Don't call me honey, man. Come on, bruh.
Why not?
Why? Why would you want to call
Okay, well,
another
don't
grown man
sound
honey?
sweet on the phone.
Oh, okay.
You sound sweet on the phone, man. I mean, why bring up a subject matter and then tell somebody not to talk about it?
Talk about boxing, Troy. Damn, all this boxing that
I
be
just
going on.
did.
You don't ever. All right. So who
I
you got this
just
weekend?
did.
Who you got this weekend? Let me
I
know.
just did, man. Yeah, that's a I told you about that. I'm only interested in two fights, Crawford and Telefimo. See you later.
He's still using Telefimo. Bruh, why you keep calling him telescope, telephone? Get your
man.
Yo, Bomb Boxing, you ready?
What up, Bon?
Arizona, working? No problem.
Nah, I'm here.
All
I'm here.
right.
What's up, guys? How you doing this morning?
All good.
Troy got me laughing like a motherfucker this morning.
I'm trying to tell you, boy, Troy, wow.
Crazy. You're crazy. Nah, I think the fight's gonna go off, man. Yeah, of course, purists like us, guys that follow boxing, want to see a longer promotion, get hype over time. But I think they got it under control. I'm just looking forward to the fight, man. Well, I need to go in there and make a statement, in my opinion. And I'm gonna use my boomerang real quick. And as far as you guys was talking earlier, Mike, about that, about the Usman fighting that big mouth Covington. If you need somebody, I got a background in mixed martial arts. Hit me up that night, and I'll give you a little bit of insight. But I'm looking forward to both of them. I hope they don't clash together. But I want to speak on this Bud fight, man. Shit, like it's fight week, man. Why are we not more excited about Crawford? Like we should have done some more shows about that, don't you think?
Oh, baby. Hey, we coming. Trust me, man. Trust me. I know
All
Ness,
right.
you know what I'm saying, ain't liking the fight, but I got something planned later on tonight for Crawford, man. I'm gonna do
Who
ultimate
you betting?
breakdown. But yeah, man, I'm excited, bro. You know me, man. I'm a Crawford fan. Just like last week, I was excited for Eubank and Charlo.
Yeah.
This has been the best month of boxing that I can remember in a long time, from Wilder to Crawford to Harrison Charlo next week. I'm happy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I'm excited, man. It's just I want to keep this boxing, man, going. We need to see the best fighting the best at all times. You know, we need to get away from the business is so big. But I'm looking forward to it, brother. I'm excited. But yeah. I'm gonna get on you, Mike. I'm gonna be a part of that with you on that night if you do the Usman fight. I heard some interviews with him on another podcast that I'll message you about. That man's the truth, man. So, but yeah, I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna get my ass back to work.
Yeah, man. Hit me up on IG, man. Shit, we can definitely talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Or just follow him on Mike on Sports so you get that notification. This way, at least you know when he's live, and then he could jump on the show for sure because he takes calls. Yeah, we're gonna go to. We got to double back to Steven in the UK.
Yeah, guys, how's it going?
What up?
What up?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Oh, good morning to you guys. Just a quick one. Even though I'm excited for the Crawford fight this weekend, I can't seem to find it being broadcast on any UK broadcasters, which is really quite an indictment of how little buzz there is because of the opponents.
They didn't want to pay for that shit.
Yeah, it's really poor, and really because we're missing out on Telefomo or TFEMO or whatever Troy wants to say versus Comey. I've got Comey in that race just purely because I don't think TFM has been chin checks, but yeah, I got to shoot. But have a good one, fellas. Enjoying the shows.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Steven. We going to Lamar Bomb Squad. You got to unmute, or are you just listening?
Check your IG.
I'm just listening, bro.
All right. We going to. Oh wow. All right, we got NO on the mastermind. What up?
What up, NO?
Ooh, what's down? You heard me? We back again. Shout out to TBV, bruh. Y'all see, bro, y'all been going strong, like, though. Y'all been having so many shows, I can't even keep up with this shit, though, because, I be having a lot going on. And, I be trying to, stick with the program, though, but sometimes we get punched in the back of my head, you hear me? I'm looking at, I'm watching a show, I'm missing another show on, like, so I can't even catch up right now, you dead? You know what I'm saying? I gotta get y'all props on that. Give my boomerang back to back, because I ain't coming back, because this show ain't popping like that, you dig? I mean, we talking about promotion and shit. Hopefully they do what they supposed to do. I don't know about no million buys. Y'all would see a million buys. I don't see no 1 million buys, dog. I mean, that's a lot, dog. Don't nobody know Fury like that. Like, unless they just, I don't know, unless they gotta do some hella fire promotion, dog. For 1 million buys now? So that's in the U.S. for what, like $80, $75? Man, I don't the chick, but they do that shit, dog. Like, that's the face of boxing right now. They do 1 million buys, huh? Them two? I mean, Wilder knows, though, but Fury, think about it. Ain't nobody tuning in to Fury like that, man, unless he attached to Wilder. So I don't know.
Yeah, but sometimes that's all it take. Remember, wasn't nobody buying Golovkin pay-per-views. They was tuning into him, but they wasn't buying his pay-per-view. But then when he fought Canelo, they bought that shit and they want that shit. It depends on the dance partner.
Yeah, but they were tuning in the Triple G though. They were tuning into him. Like who tuning in to Fury? They're not even going to the fight. You see what I'm saying? Now in the UK, it might do good in the UK. They might do like 1.5 over there. But in the US, just don't nobody know Fury. Like they gotta get them dudes known over here, dog. Like Wilder's good. I think Wilder gonna hold his end up. And Fury gonna help with the promotion, yeah, but $1 million, I don't know, man. What you think, Mike? You think Fury name big enough to get $1 million buys over here for $75?
It's gonna be tough to get a
What about
million,
the
but
illegal streams? They're gonna have what? They're gonna have about 2.5 illegal streams. 2.5 million.
it probably have a nigga more than
You
that.
know what
But
I'm saying?
yeah, I think man, 600,000-700,000. You know what I'm saying, is a more realistic mark. You know what I'm saying?
I can see
But
that. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that.
so yeah, man.
But that's my
I
call,
think
though. That's all I got, man.
if they promote it right, you know what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead, keep running it, Mike. But that's my call. Go ahead.
It's all good. It's if they keep the promotion up and do everything that they said they would do between the Super Bowl and things like that, then yeah, it could possibly get big. You know what I'm saying? Up to 900,000.
Going out to Buami. Talk to me. Pittsburgh.
Dude, shit, man. Good show today. I feel like the pay-per-view is going to sell, what it sells, man. We need to stop worrying about if it does a million pay-per-views. It's going to do good, and that's all that matters, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'll say to that. And then the 8 weeks training camp that Wilder needs, man. Wilder don't need an 8-week training camp. That's been proven already. I know y'all like to, be politically correct, but I know y'all been to his camps before. Y'all know sometimes back in the day when he didn't, give it his all. He one of them dudes that don't need to. Some people don't, but now he is giving it his all. And these dudes, man, these dudes is fighting him, man. They're gonna have to be thinking about all these lies that the public are putting out on the internet. That's just adding to his legend. I seen a video yesterday. Wilder got infused metal in his body or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but so these other fighters got to worry about these rumors
In his whole
and
body,
these myths.
he got it through his whole body.
That's what people saying. That's what people saying, man. I don't care, but I'm just saying,
Y'all
like,
made this nigga out
that's
to
what
be
people.
Wolverine out here, boy. God damn.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll be out though, y'all. Be cool.
Buami, man, thanks for that call, brother.
Damn, bro, what is going on?
Hey, man, he's becoming the myth, the legend, the bronze bomber. GT Kid in Atlanta.
What up, GT Kid?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Did you come to me earlier?
No. Have you heard about this infused metal that Wilder got inside his body?
Hey, I guess he
don't care about that.
Bronze bomber.
This guy is all AJ. He don't care about no Wilder in his infused body.
Yeah, that's funny to hear that. But yeah, it's kind of funny we haven't got an announcement yet, seeing as Wilder said that the fight was signed a while ago. But maybe we'll get an announcement soon. We'll see what happens. But what I really want to touch on was that the whole reason we're even having this Tyson Fury rematch is because Wilder didn't train. This is his own words too. He didn't train properly. All he had been doing was sparring, and I think he said pad work. And that was on. That was when you were down there to see him in, I guess, in his gym or at camp or what. I think it was after the Fury fight. And so, I mean, obviously he didn't train well enough to beat Fury. And so if he had trained properly, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. We'd probably be seeing Dillian White. Maybe right now, who knows? But I mean, that's all I got. I mean, they were waiting to see if Joshua lost too, but since he won, they're not going to chase Andrew Ruiz at this point. So we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to Terrence Crawford this weekend.
GT Kid, man, thanks for calling in. All right, let's see. Looks like we got somebody in the 305 Miami. Who's this? Let me see. Oh, new number. First time caller in Miami. First time caller, say you're a first time caller. Let me play this first time caller intro so you can introduce yourself to the world.
Yo, y'all hear me?
First time caller?
Yeah, for sure. Elvis.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
All right, that's lit. But
what's your name,
does
brother?
the fight go on between Elvis?
Elvis, all right.
Damn, my first time caller. So damn, I appreciate what you guys do, you and Mike. I love the show. I always listen. So it's my first time calling.
Well, thank you, brother. We appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, but the fight between Wilder and Fury, man. I think Fury. I think he's going back out of it because I think just a little wishy-washy between them. Like I feel like they're gonna use an excuse somehow to get out the fight. And shit, I don't know. Bob Arum said he was gonna already announce the fight, and where's the announcement? That was like 2 weeks ago. Am I right?
I mean, we're debating whether or not it's gonna happen. Why the announcement hasn't happened, and we played some audio. Bob said there is not gonna be an announcement next week, so we don't know. They're saying it's set in stone, man. Is all we can tell you. They're saying it's for sure happening February 22nd.
All right. Oh, a little off topic. I seen the Zone. They announced the Miami card with
Yeah, with
Andrade
Demetrius
and
Andrade.
Keeler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like our first big marquee card. So what you guys think about it?
I don't think that's their marquee card. I think that the undercard is better than the main event. But yeah, we're gonna stick to the script. Elvis in Miami, thank you for calling in. I got you down, brother. So we will always address you by name. Thank you for calling in, Miami, sunny Miami, man. One day, Mike, we're gonna have a studio overlooking Miami in one of those big old condos. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to worry about this cold.
So is Akim Barack like every day now?
I don't know, but they probably are. I mean, they're Sirius XM. Yeah.
I thought it was like once a week at first. I don't know. My bad. I ain't know. I ain't know they were every day.
I mean, they love boxing. John in upstate New York.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
What up?
Yeah, about Wilder Fury. I mean, I think obviously Bob, when you had him on, he said, the fight's definitely happening. They're just looking for a venue, though, right? That's the problem, figuring out where the fight's going to be.
Nah, because he said that MGM Grand is pretty much set in stone, and there'll be an announcement about that next week, but not an announcement about the fight next week.
Yeah. You don't think, Mayweather coming out of retirement, they're trying to figure out maybe, when he, because what Ellerby, I think, said next week they're going to announce, the shit with Mayweather, so maybe that's screwing things up. They're worried about the numbers. I don't know.
I had no clue. See, I'm not really following that whole Mayweather thing. Mike is more on that because it's like mixed martial arts. That's not my own,
Well, no, he said he's fighting a boxer first. They're doing a deal. He said he's doing a boxer first, then an MMA guy, I thought.
Bro, I don't know, bro. I mean, I seen him there with Dana. Once I seen him with Dana, I'm just like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, there was a video on Fight Hype with Ellerby talking. It was like a couple days ago. I guess the deal was done with Dana and Al Heyman. The announcement's coming in a couple weeks, whatever. So you know how that goes, man. I mean, you can't do nothing once this dude fights. So.
Absolutely, brother. Well, I want to thank you, obviously, for calling in, and we're going to keep it moving. I think we got Jesse on Skype. Talk to me.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. For the Wilder and Fury fight, man, I hope that thing happens, but I think they're gonna start promoting that shit already. Probably like in the later, like in towards the end of December, because if they want to get it to the magnitude that they say that fight can be, they gotta start like freaking promoting it way before, so that people can be anticipating it. And as for the fight happening, or whether or not it might happen or not, who knows, man? Freaking, what's his name? Fury might come out with a freaking some sort of statement about maybe like depression or getting hurt or some shit like that. I don't know. That's just me. All right, nice.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. We're going to go ahead and end this. We'll be back at 11:30. Catch us there where we discuss Anthony Joshua and his latest statements on the heavyweight division. CYP, talk to us.
Yo, y'all hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
All right. Since the show was getting a little dry once Troy came on. And for all my California representatives, y'all gonna love this. Troy, nobody want to hear that bullshit, Sharif. Next up, hey man, I'm gonna end this like this. AJ is fighting Pulev and Usyk. They are having a meeting between the WBO and the IBF this week to determine who goes first. So, Aaron, sorry to tell you that hypothetical you came up with sounds crazy since those two are in negotiations to find out who's going first. And the IBF and Pulev have said they have no issue going after Usyk as long as they get a guaranteed shot. So, if you think that this man is about to give up that belt somehow in some scenario, I don't want to be mean to you, my man, but that's dumb because AJ is, I ain't gonna say he's nothing without the belt, but AJ is AJ with the belt. Without the belt, he's Anthony Johnson. CYPL.
All right, and that's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype so you can be part of the conversation on the very next show. Follow us right here at youtube.com/ThaBoxingVoice on YouTube so you can get that notification whenever we do go live, which is at 11:30 Eastern time.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. And you can follow me on YouTube at Mike on Sports. Check out that slap and reaction video, man. Shit is epic.